Hello and welcome to the Recovery Matters podcast from CCAR, the podcast where putting recovery first is always the goal. Here we present interviews, discussions, stories, and speeches to cultivate the understanding and acceptance of the power, hope, and healing of recovery from alcohol and other addictions. Here are your hosts, Phil and Sandy Valentine.
Hello, Sandy.
Hi, honey.
Our guest has spectacular shoes on. You were commenting on them before.
Yes, because it's an outfit that complements itself. But we've already discussed your attire enough. Let's talk about the ball of energy that arrived in Ms. Carmen Bravo.
Bravo. Don't you like her name?
I love it.
Carmen Bravo. Bravo. Say hi, Carmen.
Hi, Carmen.
That's very good. Do you like your shoes today? Are those your
do.
favorites?
Not really, but it matched with my clothes, so I took it out of the closet.
And it's sandal weather
Yes.
in Connecticut, which is something you want to hold on to.
I think the two of you together probably have many pairs of shoes.
I do have a lot.
What's a lot?
2 classes full.
See, I told
Sneakers,
you.
shoes, and those different stuff.
I told you I was subdued
Yes.
with my shoe collection.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have to have it's not red. Different reds, different pinks,
Different heel
gel-
heights?
Yes, different stuff. So you have to have a color for each outfit.
Okay, I got it.
I've cut back during the pandemic because I kept saying,
We're
I'm
not
not
going
even
nowhere."
wearing any shoes.
I would not stand between a woman and her shoes.
Really?
Really?
You can go buy some more now.
DSW, here I come.
You should see my shoe collection. It's sad. It's really sad.
We're seeing it.
I throw away a lot of shoes. I don't like to have a lot of choices.
He has 6 pairs of hiking boots and like 2 other pairs of shoes, including Crocs. So there we
Yeah,
go.
not a lot.
But what he doesn't have in shoe, he has in sacks. Has a lot of sacks.
I do have a lot of socks.
I buy the socks because sometimes he needs a little flair.
Not too much flair. It's the right amount of flair. So, Carmen, welcome to Recovery Matters podcast. Thank you for coming on.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
You might notice that Carmen has an accent. Where's your accent from, Carmen?
Puerto Rico.
Were you born in Puerto Rico?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
And you were raised as Spanish speaking?
Yes. I
Yeah.
came to the United States when I was 18.
18.
Wow.
Yes.
And what were your first 18 years in Puerto Rico like?
A lot of crazy things that don't remember all. But yeah, most of the things are not good. A lot of bad memories.
Mm-hmm.
But yes. Never know how to speak English or nothing until I came here. Yes.
So we ask a lot of our guests about, and I'm a little hesitant because you said there were so many bad memories.
okay.
But talk to me a little bit what it was like growing up for you. What was little Carmen like? Were you as like energetic and as fun and as alive as you are today?
I was and very sneaky too.
You were sneaky.
Yes. I used to be in adult conversations a lot. And my mom used to tell me like, don't be talking, nobody talking to you. I was mostly raised by my sister because my mom was an alcoholic. So,
Did you grow up in a city or in the country or whereabouts?
and the projects.
In the
And one, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Aguadilla, La Sanford, we call it, yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, all 18 years there.
Wow.
How many siblings?
I had 2 sisters and 1 brother.
Okay.
One older, I'm the second one, then another one, and my brother's the little one.
Uh-huh.
And my older sister took care of us most of the time because my mom was an alcoholic. So,
And where was Dad?
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, was he involved in the family?
Who?
Your dad?
No. My
No.
dad, I don't even remember him.
Oh.
Yeah. He came maybe 2 or 3 times I saw him that
In
I can
your
remember.
life?
Yes.
3 times in your life?
He passed away when I was 14.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
15, when he was 15.
Mm-hmm.
I went to his funeral and I was pregnant by my son.
Oh, so
Wow.
that's how you remember it.
Yes.
I want more details about growing up.
If you're comfortable, Carmen.
Growing up in Puerto Rico, I want to know what your house was like, what your family was like. I want to know what.
So we was living in a project. We was living in a different apartments. The last one that I remember was a third floor. It was my mom, my two sisters, and my brother. But most of my I remember is like just playing. I used to put a towel in my hair and act like it was my long hair, and I used to get the spoon, the fork, and the knife, and act like I was eating. Like I was living in a dream. I wanted to get out of the life that I was in. You know, my mom always was never there. My older sister did a lot for us. She had to grow up fast. You know,
Yeah.
she took us out. She cooked for us. She did a lot for us. And then I started acting up, you know. I think I was 9 years old when I started smoking weed.
9.
9. And I didn't have nobody to care, you know. So started smoking weed when I was 9 and just calling from school, having fights at school and sneaking out. There, my sister put me to sleep and I would really get out of the balcony and go down and sneak out. I was a bad little girl.
Were you a good fighter?
Boy, I think I was.
You won your fights?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
So your mom was alcoholic. Where did food come from, and how did you pay for the apartment and all that?
So that's one thing I can say about my mom. She always keep us together, and she managed, and everybody knows everybody where I live. So that's the good thing about Spanish people. You can knock in somebody's neighbor door and ask for a plate of rice or put the salsa. Can I have this? Can I get this in credit? And that's how we really survive, you know?
Community.
Yes.
Yeah.
And everybody knows my mom, and they was like, taking care of us, you know? So
Were you 9 and 10 years old when you were sneaking out and going out the balcony and stuff?
yes.
And where would you go? What would you do?
Oh, we used to go in behind the bleach and the basketball court and smoke weed and just do a lot of things. One day
With who?
my sister, my friends, you know, who I thought it was my friend. So a lot of people, we just grew up together, and it was my mom, sister, and 3 other friends. There was 5 women. They're always together, and they kids and we was friends. So we used to hang out together all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun until it stopped being fun. You know, when I started getting into drugs and stuff. So
That's when it stopped being fun?
yeah, I grew, and I started to know what really was going on in my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I started to understand why my mom wasn't there, why my mom was locked in the bathroom, because she used to use drugs too. So why I couldn't use the bathroom and stuff like that. So all the dreaming and acting and trying to be in somewhere else is vanished. You know. Yes.
And you were going to school?
I was, but I stopped because I didn't have nobody to point me in the right direction. Even though my older sister tried, she did the best she could with what she had.
Yeah.
But she's a year older than me, 1 year older than me. So she was a kid too. Yeah.
So your dad passed away when you were 15, and you were pregnant with your first child.
Yes, my only child, Leroy.
Leroy.
Yeah. So I was pregnant. They came and got us, saying that my father passed away. We went, but I didn't even recognize him because I probably saw him 3 times in my life before that. Yeah.
Did he live in your community, or was he farther away?
No, I didn't even know where he was.
Yeah.
Really.
I just... So here you are sitting in like this studio with us and trying to put myself back what world must have been like for you. And stories are so remarkable. But there must have been something. Why did you move to the United States when you were 18?
So my son father, he used to live here, and I met him when one time he went to Puerto Rico for vacation, and I was 15, he was 27. So, and I didn't have no.
Really?
Yes.
You didn't tell me. This is like a soap opera stuff.
He is.
So he was a
telenovela.
Una novela.
he was a tourist that came to visit.
No, he lived. All his family lived there, but he had moved to New York.
Oh, okay.
Even my mom, it was her first.
What are you doing hanging around with 27-year-olds when you were 15?
I was not doing the good things, you know. I was just hanging with people, you know.
Yeah.
So my mom was my son father's first son. He has 3 kids. He had 3 kids for his first marriage before I met him. So my mom is the godmother of his first child.
Your mom is the godmother of his. Oh my gosh, it is a soap opera.
Yes, and we met, and you know, we did the damn thing, you know, and I fell in love with this guy that came from the United States. Mm-hmm. He was talking English. He was so amazed, and he's tall, and we fell in love, and we moved together. Then I got pregnant, and I started. The domestic violence started, for many years. So, and then he said that he was doing it because it was people, place, and things that we should move. Maybe everything would change, so we moved to New York. But I was already. He introduced me to crack, to smoke crack. I was already into that before I get to New York. So we moved to New York, thinking, you know, maybe if we move, everything.
Did you move to
change.
the city?
To the Bronx.
The Bronx, yeah.
My first time ever. My son was 3 years old when I came here. And nothing changed. Everything got worse. The violence continued, and the hitting, raping, all that stuff continued. For 11 years, really. And from New York, we moved to Connecticut, thinking that, again, that it was going to change. It was the people, the place, the things. And nothing changed, so I had to make a decision. My sister was tired of me not be able to get out of that relationship. So my sister, one day, she went in my house. She would not let nobody come to my house. So my sister came one day, and she said, every morning when he goes to work, we're going to go and look for an apartment. I'm coming to get you. And that's what we did. And
had she moved to the U.S. too, or was she still?
Yes, so we reconnect. My sister left when she was 16 to New York.
Okay.
So I was left by myself there. Mm-hmm. And I felt abandoned, you know, one more time. Mm-hmm. And we reconnect when I was in New York, many years later. I think 5 years later. And then she come here when I was here. My mom always was with me, from Puerto Rico to New York to Connecticut.
And live with you?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And so she's witnessing all this, but she
even suffered the abuse too, because when I was in Puerto Rico, he had hit my mom a couple times too. Yeah. So I had to stay quiet and not say nothing because I didn't want my mom to get into any trouble. So, but it's okay because it makes me the woman that I am today. All this stuff.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
How did you carry it? How did you survive it?
Faith. Mm-hmm. Believing that that's not what God wants for me. That sooner or later, one day, the door of the light was coming. It did. It's still coming, you know. My blessings are. I always believed that something it was bigger than me. That I was supposed to go through whatever I was going through for a reason. And now I know why. I can help others, you know, in many ways. Addiction, domestic violence, abandoned issues, you know, mothers that had lost their kids because I had lost my son when he was 7 because the addiction. It's a lot. It's not gonna. If I told you, it's gonna take more than an hour.
We have time. Go ahead.
You came in here and this is the first time. We may have met like in a group setting, but this is the first time that I've met you. And as we were chatting before we started the podcast, you're such a bubble of joy.
Thank you.
And it's just amazing to see what you've walked through, and we haven't even heard all of it yet. So your sister took you out to find an apartment while he was out of the house, while you're living in Hartford, right?
And we finally did. Mm-hmm. And then 2 months later, he found me, and he beat me up again. Mm-hmm. But that was the last time because I hit him back for first time. And I still blood. I said, oh, you can bleed too. Wait a minute. This is not going to happen again. You're not going to hit me again. So he finally understood that was the last time he would be able to touch me. But and then he asked if he can see my son, and I said yes. But I was deep in addiction already.
Yeah.
You know, since I was 15, since I was 20-something, I was dominated, hit, rape, all that stuff. So when I see myself away from him, I was like a bird free out of the cage. Mm-hmm. And I was already in addiction, so it took off the addiction. And he asked me to see my son, and I said, yeah, you can keep it for the weekend. And that's when he went to the police and said that I abandoned my son. So the custody started. And the truth is that I didn't care in that time. I was in my own problems, my own addiction. And I just let it happen.
How long ago was that?
So Leroy is 31 now, so that was when he was 7 years old. Mm-hmm. So.
Quite a while ago.
Yes, but he was in New Britain and I was in New Britain, so we see each other all the time. Mm-hmm. All happened in New Britain. But when I decided to get clean, Leroy was 15, and I told his father that I was going to a program, and I was trying to get him back. So he flew to Buffalo, New York.
Oh, he took your son to Buffalo.
Yeah.
What program did you go into?
I went to Alliance and Avon.
Yeah.
To detox.
What was that turning point?
So it's funny because I was getting high in my stepfather's house, and the TV was on, and I was by myself. Somebody came and gave me something. They left. And it's me and the TV on, and I'm just getting high. And then the commercial came on. A guy on the TV say, "Hey, you," and I thought it was cameras everywhere. And he was like, "Yeah, you." I said, "Me?" And he was like, "Yeah, you. Are you tired of this?" And I was like, "Yes, I am tired." And I was crying. And this guy was talking to me like, "If you're tired, if you want your family back," and I'd be like, "Yes, I want my son back." And he was talking to me, and I was talking back to him. And he said, "Call this number." And he said, "Call 211. And I made that phone call, and they told me they had to pay for the next day for me to go. Until today, I'm being clean 15 years now.
Yeah.
Until today, I haven't seen that commercial ever again. And that was my higher power. That was my awakening right now there. And it was great.
Do you think that really was a commercial?
It was the TV. And I don't even know what it was, but it was.
That's amazing.
My higher power right there.
I think you told that story in the Recovery Coach Academy. I do. I remember you telling. Oh my gosh! And so you went the next day. Mm-hmm. They had a bed, and you've been in recovery ever since.
Ever since.
You're so strong.
Ever since.
You're just such a miracle. You're so amazing.
I was very tired.
Mm-hmm.
I was tired of beating and blame people. And, I did a detox. I did a 28-day program. And then I did a year program because I had to forgive myself for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to work in Carmen first.
Oh, of course.
And I did. And
so where'd you do a year-long program?
used to call women's AOC. Yeah. By I forgot the place. I forgot the place.
Okay.
So it was
In
all
New
women
Britain or
in Hartford.
In Hartford.
So when I got clean and I finished
Institute of Living, you're
Institute
there?
of Living.
Yeah,
There you
there.
go.
Yeah.
I decided, they asked me where I wanted to go, and I said, I can't go back to New Britain.
Uh-huh.
So they say Hartford, everybody like Hartford, but I never been in Hartford before. So I didn't know nobody here.
Mm-hmm.
So I came to Hartford, so has worked for me.
And you stayed there for a year.
Yes.
And what are some of the things you really worked through? What do you remember about that first year of recovery?
First of all, I work and being responsible, and because I didn't have no responsibilities. I was homeless for 7 years before I went there.
Homeless.
Homeless.
Wow.
Homeless for 7 years before I went there.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping in empty buildings and eating fun, doing a lot of what some people do, not all addicts, people in addiction does. But so I was working and be responsible, not to worry about what my family is going through, because sometimes family get you back out before anything.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't cut them after 4 months after I was there, because I didn't want. My mom was still drinking, my sister and the problems, so I didn't want to do anything like that. Being responsible, learn how to do a resume. My resume had nothing. I can do multitask. I can do a lot of things, but I can put those things in there. So I didn't have nothing in the resume, so I had to start all over.
Yeah.
What was your first job?
I was cleaning office for 4 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was going to be my life, just cleaning hotels and bathrooms.
Yeah.
I didn't have no skills, no nothing. And I came to NA, and women's carried me and told me that I can be whoever I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know how to, well, even though I don't know how to speak English yet, I didn't know how to read nothing when I got into NA and recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And they will give me the readings, and I would take an hour to read them. But they was like, read it, finish it. And I learned a lot, went back to school. And the more important thing that I can get out of this is when I was 2 years clean, my mom decided to get clean. And she asked for my help. Mm-hmm. And she moved with me.
Mm-hmm.
And she got diagnosed with liver cancer, but she was 8 years clean when she passed away. So we have time to recover our relationship. Yeah.
Love the way you said that, recover our relationship.
Yeah.
So obviously you didn't stay cleaning houses.
No.
You said you went back to school.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I was taking care of my mom told me that I should go for nursing or CNA or whatever. Mm-hmm. I was like, you're saying that because you're my mom. She was like, no, you really have something that people, wherever you go, people like drawing to you. Mm-hmm. You smile, you're always helping, open the doors for people and stuff like that. And I did. I went to community college, I got my CNA, and I started working in nursing homes and stuff. And then went and got my recovery coach. Mm-hmm. And I'm still working on both, still working on detox for CNA, helping. I don't know, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot.
So how did you go from doing that to even knowing about the Recovery Coach Academy?
Because I always go to the Hartford Community Center since 2007. Yeah. I always go, and then life happens, have to disappear for a couple of months, a year, and then go back. Mm-hmm. And then when my mom got sick, I lost my job because I had to take care of my mom, so I really started going there. So and I know Gerardo, for a while. So and then I started helping. Then it was something about the recovery, the CCAR, the center that drew me. And I go there, I sit down, I do meetings, and sometimes I could not make any meetings, so I go there. And meeting is a meeting regardless. They have all meetings, all kind of meetings. So, and I can help others, women especially. So that's when Geraldo told me about them. If I can do the hours, so I did the hours. I did the work.
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
So you volunteered, which you earned a ticket to the Recovery Coach Academy.
Yes.
And then you met Phil. Was he
I
your
met
instructor?
Yes.
We'd
I'm
said
sorry.
hi.
I'm sorry.
I think we said hi several times, and when she was in the center. That's when my office was over there too. Yeah. And what do you think of the Recovery Coach Academy?
I can say right now that I'm sorry for those who are doing it virtual because they miss a lot.
Oh yeah.
In person is so much fun. It's so much gain. And every morning I try to find the guess what Phil is gonna come. Cause he used to come like whoever get yellow shoes is gonna be in team one, and whoever did, I used to guess today he's gonna be with the last name. Watch A B and all that. And I was so mad. I used to get mad. I love the academy. I love everything about it, and it opened a lot of doors for me because I grew up in NA. I didn't know nothing about other like MAT or pathway to recovery or anything like that.
And
for me,
MAT is medication-assisted treatment.
yes. So for me, it was NA or nothing. But today, it's not true. Like, I know recovery is recovery, and not everybody's gonna have the same recovery. My recovery is different than anybody else's recovery. And today, I support anything. Whatever you want to do, I will support you. As long as you believe that's going to be your recovery, it's okay with me. It's just show me, it's so many people. It was 40 people there for so many different states and places. It's so good. I still got the book that we signed. Yeah.
We hired you, it'll be almost 2 years ago?
Yes.
To do what?
July 24, an emergency department recovery coach.
And you've seen a few people in the emergency department, haven't you?
Yes. Especially because I was out there for so many years. So people were like, what? And it's not only that. And the people that don't know where I come from, when I told them where I come from, they were like, nah. I said, yes. You can do this too, you know? I just love it. I did a year, and then now I am in a New Haven with safety net program. So this is CCAR is collaborating with Yale University to do a study for those that overdose and have been resuscitated by Narcan. So we are screening people, and we have 43 people so far.
And you were just recently published in a medical journal that came out yesterday or something.
Yes.
Real recently.
I'm famous.
So, yeah. So when you're thinking out homeless, do you ever think you'd be published in a medical journal?
No.
With people from Yale, right? And that's just amazing to me.
When the doctors come or the science or the paramedic comes and asks me for a question, what do you think about this? I'll be like, let me pinch myself again. You sure you want my opinion in this? They was like, yeah, you're the expert on this. And it's good to know that whatever I went through is helping me to become the person that God wants me to be from the beginning. Because I know for a fact, I am so grateful. Because I know for a fact that what I went through, it was for me to be where I am today. It's my experience. It's what got me where I am today.
That's why the doctors and the scientists and the nurses and the paramedics, they call you the expert.
Yes.
Did you ever think, like, growing up and you say things that are so powerful, have such a big impact, but you say them very, like, matter-of-factly, no shame, that victim of domestic violence, I was raped, I was addicted, my addiction ran off, my kid was taken away from me, and you just say it like, I was homeless for 8 years, like, there's no shame. I don't detect any shame whatsoever. It's just your life experience.
It's not. it's like it's somebody have it's just addiction is a sickness,
Right.
you know. I take it like it's a sickness, and I'm recuperating.
Yeah.
I'm not fully recuperated, you know. Every day I have to do what I have to do to maintain my my recuperation.
Yeah, recuperación.
Yeah. So it's not a shame for me. It's who I am, you know. It's who I am. It's what helped me to help others, and it's just a life experience.
We passed over it quickly, but before you went to Safety Net, how many people do you think you've seen roughly in the emergency department?
Oh my God, a whole year maybe. Let's put like 800 maybe.
800?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So that's an incredible experience. Any of those cases or people, I don't like to call them cases, but anytime you walked in, anything stand out to you? Anybody that really had an impact on you?
Yes, but and sometimes the people know me, you know.
Because they knew you from the street.
Yes, from the street and from other places, you know. And I'm not gonna mention right now.
All right.
And they knew me, and I was like, I'm here to help you, you know. I'm not. They get. I remember one case. Yeah, I know this woman for a long time. She started recovering with me, and she has not stayed clean for 15 years. So she was feeling some kind of way, you know. And I was like, don't be ashamed, don't worry. I'm not here to judge you or nothing. I'm here to tell you that we can do this together. You know, don't. And she don't want to look at my eyes. And I told her, it can anytime, in any moment, it can be me right there. I'm just letting you know this. Addiction is powerful, you know. And she's like, Carmen, man, I'm so sorry. I say, why are you sorry? You don't need to say sorry to me. Like, let's do this together. And we did, you know. And the thing is that you can't sell me something that I already have sold to somebody. I know the game. So whatever you say to me that I'm thinking, I'll be like, stop the bull crap. Stop the bull crap right now, you know.
Yeah.
Let's talk straight up.
All right.
What is going on? Because you know that's not true.
Yeah.
And they be like, oh my God, I can't play her right now. So it's something. That's something else that help me help others. So and she's right now, she's staying clean. We talk on the phone all the time. It just, I don't know, it's just a lot of cases. And guys, you know, that I met long time ago, you know, when I was doing my stuff out there. It's not today, it's not going to happen today. I'm not that person today. And they were
Right.
like, respect, you know.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God, I can't believe this is you, Carmen. And I can't believe. Sometimes I'll be like, I'm every morning, every day, I'm every minute of my life, I'm thank God for where I am, you know? Every minute of my life.
So what is life like today? You mentioned you're married and you have a grandchild.
I'm not legally married, but for Puerto Ricans, after 7 years, you marry. We've been together for 14 years. And this man has taught me how to be loved for real. You know, we have our problems like everybody else. But he never had to call me stupid or you ignorant. He pushed me to do better. He believed in me when I can't believe in myself. And my son came to my life when he was 22 years old. And I had to put my boundaries, you know, like, you can come and move with me, but no drinking, no smoking, no nothing in my house. And they respect it. My older sister, she don't drink in my house. She respect everything, you know. So I'm trying to break the cycle. You know, with the kids, they're coming out now. They look, you know, before they didn't call me, I don't have not even one picture from 15 years before. They didn't even have, I was never there. I would never been in the pictures. Today, I like memories. I take pictures for everything, Today, they call me for everything. Sometimes I'll be like, oh my God, why they can they start calling me? Because they call me for everything today.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing,
Yeah.
you know. And my granddaughter, I love her.
How old is she?
2, going on 30.
Mm-hmm.
She's smart.
Yeah.
She knows grandma love her.
Mm-hmm.
My son know grandma love her. He trusts me with her. You know, she's my life, you know. Whatever I do now is for my future and her future. You know, and I'm going to have a grandson now, you know. And I try to be an example for them today. Yeah.
So, you know, even in recovery, a lot of the things that you are navigating and experiencing take people down, even sober. What is it that keeps your positivity and your energy and
Gratitude. I'm just grateful. I could have been dead right now. I could have been dead. You know how many? Well, you don't know. I got in so many cars when I was out there. A lot of the people that I was hanging out with them came out dead. They just found, like 2 years ago, 8 women's by the mall, behind the mall. I was with them. I know them. It could have been me. It could have been me. And I'm just grateful that God spared my life, give me a chance with my mom, with my son, with myself. You know, like, I'm just grateful. And I told anybody, like, gratitude. I can be broke right now, even though I don't like to be broke. Let me get that. But
she's giving you the eye, Phil?
But I got me. I found Carmen. I found myself. When I got clean, I didn't even know what was my favorite color. I didn't even know how to match.
What is your favorite color?
Oh, I got a couple today.
Oh, you got a couple favorite colors.
I got blue, red, and black.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah. Some people say black's not really a color, though.
For me, it's.
Okay.
Makes me look skinny.
There you go. Talk a little bit about, you talk about gratitude, but I sense a lot of spirituality in your life, and you've talked about God. So
Yes.
what's God mean to you in your recovery?
But God means to me in every aspect of my life, not only my recovery. You know, I'm in my household, and my job, and my work. Patient. That's what God means to me. I have to have patience in everything in life. I used to rush all the time. You know, when I was out there, rushing for this, rushing for that, not having patience to wait for this. Today, I know that when I put myself first and I don't wait for God's message, I can mess up everything. I have to wait when it's gonna, no matter what I do, it's gonna happen when God says it's gonna happen. No matter what. So even though sometimes I try to push some things, I give up. I say, okay, God. You know, it's when you say. God means family, mean health, mean patience, mean peace, means everything to me. And it doesn't have to be that I have to be in church every Sunday and nothing like that. It's inside me. It's just within. Like, everything I do is thinking and thanking God. Everything, you know. Even I bring it to my son, like, Leroy. Leroy and I have a really crazy relationship. He has this issue, he has his resentments, you know. But no matter what, I'm your mama. You're gonna respect me. And when he came to my life, he was 21, and I wanted to treat him like he was 7.
Right.
I want to take his phone away, give me my house key, you know, do what I say, get her home at 10 at night, you know. My sponsor's like, Carmen, he's 21. He said, Ma, I'm a man now. You can't. I said, oh, you're a man? Okay. I'm giving up. This is what you're going to pay rent. Get a job. You want to be a man? So let's have some responsibilities. And if it's one thing I can teach him, is to be a responsible man. You know? So
You talked about too finding Carmen, like who I didn't even know who I was, I think is what you said, or something like that. So who is Carmen? How would you describe yourself?
I describe myself a happy, crazy, loud, grateful
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
I am a good friend. I am a good mom. I'm a good wife, employee. And I'm very sensitive. I sometimes I think back and I regret some things, and I get hurt fast. I get hurt real fast, but I don't like to. The Carmen before I would have come back and do worse to you. But I'm not like that no more, because I'm not here to please you. I'm here to please God. And when I passed away, I want God to be like, okay, Carmen, you did this. Or when I'm old and Leroy doesn't want to take care of his mom, I want God to send somebody good to me. They can take care of me. So I'm doing things today to take.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just do things today with conscious, thinking about the future. If I do this, it's gonna mess this. What will happen if I go back and act like I used to act? It's gonna mess up everything. I know better today.
I know you have something about that.
No, I don't. I just enjoy you, Carmen.
Thank you.
All the things that you've walked through in life, and it reeling them off the story. But when we stop and we think about what it's and I don't know if are you an immigrant when you come to the U.S. from
No,
Puerto Rico?
no.
They don't consider that.
No.
But you're learning an entire new culture. And I know that I've had, an experience of going to Kenya and how it felt just to be a visitor for a week in a completely different culture. And the fact that you came here at such a young age and everything you were navigating in your house while navigating this new world, this United States experience, and then it's just tremendous.
And it's funny because the first word that I learned in English, it was "who got it."
Who got it?
Who got it? Because I was still using it. That was the first word I learned.
Who got it? Right?
Yeah, and I learned the street language, and and then I started to learning, because you can't live in the United States if you don't know no English. Even though that I don't know no English, I know Spanglish, and that's good enough for me, But it was different. Everything was different in here. But the problem is that I was not here.
Right.
I was not mentally here, so I did not care.
Yeah.
I was not mentally, physically, or emotionally here. I was still suffering from abandoned issues, from my father and from my mom, because regardless if she was there, she wasn't there. Then my older sister left me. Then I was being beat up, abused, and I was using. So I was really not care about where I was. I was just, it was another day, different place, another day, but the same thing, still living, just being there.
So when you got into recovery, on top of just learning how to live differently in recovery, you really had to absorb all
Everything.
that stuff.
That's when I got into recovery, I was 30 years old, and I felt like I was like a 15-year-old girl. I didn't know how to sit down. I didn't know how to speak. I didn't know how to read English. I didn't know how to do nothing. I didn't know how to do a resume. I didn't even have a bank account. I didn't have nothing. So then I opened my eyes to United States. I've been living in Connecticut for maybe 20 years, maybe, or more than that. I didn't know nothing about New Britain, only that little corner right there.
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about Hartford or Bridgeport or Manchester, nothing. I only know the highway to come from the Britain to Hartford, get something and go back.
Yeah.
And I had learned, now I drive. I know every word. I didn't have a license. Listen, one day I got stopped by the police, yeah? I had a car. I never had a license before, yeah? I was just copping, yeah? And I had the stuff in my mouth, the bags. And the police stopped me. And I stopped on my left side.
Oh.
And the cop stopped on the right side of the street. And he's trying to walk through the car. And he comes to me and say, I know you don't have a license. I say, how do you know? He say, because if you would have one, when the police stop you, you stop on the right side of the street. I said, but thank you for letting me know. For next time, I will stop on the right side. I didn't know nothing. Just leave one. I was like a zombie and the wall, just walking.
Yeah.
Did you ever spend time in prison with all this?
I had.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's also part of it as
Yes.
well, too, right?
Yes.
And I think when you talk a lot about just your ability to connect with people in the emergency department and the people you work with today, and they can't get over on you or play you or anything like that, I just love that. But what Sandy sees and I see in you is, for me, God materializes in love. And I want you to talk about your thoughts on love for yourself and love for others and how that's changed.
So today, I don't do things to expect nothing in return. That's one way for me to love.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to help you, if I want to stop and give you $3, or if you need a ride, or if you need some money or whatever, or even an ear to listen or a shoulder to cry. I don't expect nothing because I do it from the bottom of my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Loving me is continue to doing what is best for me, what is best for my family. Loving my husband is I stem him with whatever he has, whatever fault he has, and he has a lot. Let me tell you. He has a lot of faults.
I understand.
Loving my son is loving him unconditional, no matter what. He has his own God. I know that. He has to make his own mistake, and I got it, and I got to remember that. He cannot live by my mistake. And I have a beautiful sponsor today that she taught me all the time, Carmen, Leroy got his own God. Let him make his own mistake, But maybe showing, loving my granddaughter and showing him, maybe can fix a little bit our relationship. When I say Leroy, I'm going to pick up Ava. And he say, come on, Mom. Oh, he called me, Mommy, can you take Ava this weekend? That makes me happy because that makes me know that he believes that Ava is in a good hand today. I just love people, and especially addicts, because if I were to have the help that today we have, years ago, maybe I would have got clean before. But it's okay because it was meant to be when it was meant to be. Yeah, so loving myself is doing the best thing for me today.
Do you love yourself?
I do.
Good.
I do. Loving
Good
myself
answer.
is taking care of Carmen. And you know what? Sunday, I'm going to do a nice massage, an hour and a half, not an hour. That's taking care of Carmen.
Yeah?
Yeah. I like watching movies, sitting. My happy hour is be in my house, in my sanctuary. I was homeless for 8 years.
Right.
So I didn't have a place to put the heat up or put the heat down, put the air condition, or nothing like that. So today I love that. I love to be in my house, sitting down, watching my 65-inch TV, chilling, and taking care of Carmen, go do my nails, go do my hair, or do a massage, or even having a weekend with Ava. Even though the second day I was like, oh my God, she got to go back home. Because I'm not used to that, because I only had Leroy, and she's 2, but those are the way for me to take care of Carmen.
Right.
Those are my me time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You're remarkable. And it just reinforces so much that I believe about recovery and about what we stand for here is one person helping another. And we've always hired or looked at people, and we don't necessarily even have to look at your resume. We don't necessarily even have to look at your education. We look at who we see in front of us. And when you see a Carmen Bravo, why wouldn't we hire a Carmen Bravo? Why wouldn't we?
I am so grateful. Thank you for giving me the chance and the opportunity to do what I do, because I really love it.
We want you to do what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You're helping so many people, and it also shows in you in the way you talk and in your spirit and your energy. It's just wonderful. You've blessed me today, so thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. It's been a pleasure getting to know you a little bit, and
we're gonna get together. Cindy.
yeah, maybe we'll go for a massage together.
I think she might take you some places that would be interesting.
Yes, I like the friendship things, and we go out for eat and all that stuff.
Okay.
I like that stuff.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Carmen.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.